And this would be more or less the guided tour of the mostly finished yard. There's the tree, there's the neighbor, and we've got actually a lovely little piece of edging. Let's actually get a good look at that. Of course, it's going to be desperately out of focus, but that's all right. And so we have our tree with our river rock surrounding it. Basically, the idea is for it not to be too overly sterile, although it really kind of is. But the boundary between my property and the neighbors is entirely river rock. One of the things I really like is I took out the fence and left this sort of thing wide open that I'm walking through right now. It's not like a 3-foot cyclone fence is going to make a whole lot of difference. Those of you may remember this was the part that looked like chocolate pudding. And then we go to the big picture. We'll kind of ignore the deck for right now because the deck is the next big thing. Again, still walking through. We got the trees. We have the evil people over there, and more or less, the lawn runs up here, hot tub, and then we get to the back where this is where the shoreline used to be. And it is river rock all the way back, surrounding the trees. I'm going to put some other stuff back here that'll make this a little less sterile. But I love wet river rock. And this being Oregon, wet happens all the time. And it comes up along here, past the sidewalk, and then almost all the way up to the edge of the yard. To when we get to, let's see, a boulder that I'll figure out some way to move and put in there. That's one of the things I'm going to do to make this less sterile, is put some of these big rocks, and probably here's a lot of detritus which needs to go places, but part of it will wind up actually in there to break up the monotony. It's big pieces of wood. Some of it will wind up as firewood wood, like that alder right there, and some of it will wind up as kind of other stuff. And then potentially the world's smallest shed will go on that, like 5x6 piece there. That's what the trees look like. The kind of empty bit there is where the other 3 trees were that had to come out, which is kind of sad, but on the other hand, it's not too terribly bad. But the whole thing is edged, and so it in fact looks like it has been cut and edged all the way around, which I really dig. Well, I said dig, that's kind of pathetic. Again, a lot of rock, drains great. You can't really see the slope I'm on right now, but and then I'll be taking things like around this tree and rocking that in, or probably popping a lot of these things in. And again, a bunch of big rocks, which will wind up over there with my little rocks. And this huge expanse of green, which didn't used to be much of anything. And then that is the universe, again, from the back to the front. We got the big tree that we trimmed down from something awful. There used to be a fence from here to here, arbor vitae, things like that. And then, you know, all the normal stuff, the walkway and the roadies and the places for the firewood and all those other things. But this is the new yard. Remarkably realistic, 100% post-consumer stuff. The different hues you see are from the different angles things are at, just kind of like real grass. So that is what we're dealing with, and so that is La Casa del Dub. So you would have walked around the house and then come up to the front door to visit, and who knows what else.